All right. Sean, you want to count down from 5?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, and welcome to the Boys Upstairs Show.
Whee!
Let's go. This is the Super Wildcard Weekend show. Joining me today in studio, Sean. Also, Seamus behind the cameras. On Zoom, we have Scott, Nickson, Coby, and Sam.
Playoffs, baby. Let's go.
All right. So this is the playoffs. We're doing 3 games here, and then our locks will be from the other 3 games. Game 1 on the slate, Chargers traveling to Jacksonville. Chargers are minus 2.5, totals 47.5. 2 young quarterbacks, 2 teams on the rise, 2 teams that were not in the playoffs last year. We'll go to Nickson.
You kind of have to look at it as who's getting hot and who kind of limped in, right? That's how I'm kind of, I look at it with, especially the first round. You know, a lot of people in the beginning of the season were saying, you know, they overpaid for a lot of the receivers that they got in free agency. And those guys really stepped up. All of them are pretty much having career years. But on the other side, you got to look at it like this is Justin Herbert's time. This is his first time in the playoffs. Everybody looks at him like an elite quarterback, you know, but everybody's like, oh, does he win enough? Can he get that monkey off his back? I don't think he does. Ultimately, like I said, I think the Jaguars got hot at the right time, a la Cincinnati Bengals last year. Not saying to that extent, but
Whoa.
Get hot. Not to that extent, but teams that usually get hot win playoff games in the wild card. So I think that the Jags go ahead and upset the Chargers.
I'm taking the Jags as well. I'm all in on the Jags. I agree with everything Nickson just said. I don't necessarily agree that they're going to go to the Super Bowl, per se, but I think that they're hot. I agree. I think that they are going to win this game. It's a home game. There were a lot of people at that game last week, which is like a pseudo playoff game. So I like the Jags in this spot. Not going to touch the total, though.
It is Chargers spread, but I actually took Chargers alternate spread, moved it up to 6 for some extra value there. Because I do think that the monkey is off the back of the Chargers. They're in the playoffs finally. They're a good football team. Mike Williams, he might be in, might be out. But you got to remember earlier this season, and I think it was at SoFi actually, the Jags came into town and just beat the wheels out of the Chargers. I think it was something like 41-10 or something. And that has to leave a bad taste in the mouth of the Chargers. And if they can't get up for this game, then what can you get up for? So I think that's going to be lingering in their head. And I'm not going to touch the total here. I think anything can happen with that. But I'm hammering down on the Chargers.
Let's be real here. Trevor Lawrence did not have a good game. They won because of a fumble recovery touchdown. He had that one nice touchdown pass to Kirk. But he was missing open receivers. His balls did not look good. Pause. But
hold up, what?
the passes he threw did not look good, as I should have said. Maybe we can edit that. We will but I think the Chargers are going to win this game. I think Herbert is ready to finally win a playoff game. Get everybody be on their Instagram and Twitter and stuff because the social media QB is coming out to play this game. And I'm going to take the Chargers spread, and I have the under. I don't know if it's going to be the most high-scoring game. I'm not loving what I'm seeing from both offenses, but I think Chargers got that. And, Chargers minus 2.5 or 1, whatever their spread is.
Wait, real quick, can I just say I did have the over in this game. I don't know what I was thinking. I said I didn't, but I do. For the viewers.
He does it for the viewers, for the brand. Coby was spitting there, and I'm agreeing. I agree with what you were saying there. Battle of the quarterbacks is how I describe this one, and I'm looking at the 2 guys, and who am I trusting more? I'm trusting Justin Herbert. Only Patrick Mahomes is more passing yards than him. This is a Chargers team who are 3rd in the NFL in passing the ball. They love to pass the ball, and like Coby touched on earlier, the Keenan Allens, and hopefully they have Mike Williams as well. Starting your starters last game of the season, look, there's all sorts of questions about that. Luckily, he doesn't look like too bad an injury. He looks like he will start. But if not, you have one of the best pass-catching running backs in the league, Austin Eckler, who we definitely need to mention in this game because he has a pivotal role in any game the Chargers play. I'm not in on the Chargers in this one, guys. I really, really like them. I think Brandon Staley's job is on the line in this one. I'm going to go out there and say it.
Maybe.
Chargers' first time in the playoffs with Justin Herbert, and he's got to prove himself because what more are you waiting for, man? You have a pretty decent, you could be a great offense and a pretty decent defense. You brought in Khalil Mack, you brought in these guys, you're going for it. You brought in J.C. Jackson, that didn't work out. But look, this Chargers team was built for the playoffs in the offseason. They assembled pieces to try and get them here. They're here now. Prove it. Prove your worth. Beat this Jags team that are well coached with Doug Peterson. He's been in these situations before. He knows how to get the results. But I'm going to go with the Chargers because I like the firepower on this team. I trust it more. I trust the weapons. And I trust Justin Herbert more. So let's go Chargers. Give me the spread. I'm not going to jump to the total.
This is a very evenly matched game. I think what is said has needed to be said. Let's go with the under in a gritty playoff match.
Let's go, Sean.
2 teams in the cage. All right, game 2 on the slate here. Giants at Vikings. Jake is not here. All year, we have said the Vikings are going to get to the playoffs. You're going to win the division. They're going to have to face some team in the wild card game, and they're going to lose. They're playing the Giants. It's in Minnesota. Total's 48.5. We will go to Sim.
The fraud Vikings or whatever you want to call whatever you want to say. I don't believe them whatsoever. I don't that the style of play that they're having where they would just play shitty and then wait for a hero to come in the fourth quarter. It's not going to be sustainable, and it's certainly not going to work in the playoffs. I'm just going to go with the under here. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game and could be a rock fight, could be a little bit of a blowout. You never really know.
These teams played in Week 16. 27-24, Vikings beat the Giants. The Vikings have won 11 games by 1 score or less. This game is going to be close. However, unlike Sam, I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. I think it's going to be in the 20s, maybe 30s, but close still. I think the Vikings are going to lose. I've said it all year. I can't go away from it now. I don't love the Giants necessarily. If it was the Taylor Heineke-led Commanders, I would feel very, very strongly.
Enough, Commanders. Don't bring the Commanders.
I'm just saying I would feel much better about it.
Save it.
I would feel much better about it if that was the case. I'm still taking the Giants. Daniel Jones is fighting for a contract in this game. I think that Saquon is fighting for recognition and saying that he's here, he's that guy. I like the Giants. I like the over. And I will also say that the Vikings center is out in this game, so that is something to consider. But give me the Giants, give me the over.
Battle of 2 first-year head coaches, which you do not see very often in a playoff game. They're going to get the Giants are going to outcoach the Vikings. I mean, the Vikings, yes, they definitely have more talent. They are going to have Kirk Cousins playing in prime time. The Vikings are not prepared for this. They are what we call a regular season team. I'm going to take the under. I think I'm not going to be in love with either team's offense, and I think the Giants are going to outcoach and barely outplay them. I don't think it's going to be a blowout or anything, but I think they are going to get a close win out of the Vikings. I mean, it's +3, which is just them losing by a field goal. I think they win, so this would basically a pick 'em to me, and I'm gonna take the Giants.
Stylistically, this is a game that the Vikings don't want to play. You're playing a physical team that likes to slow things down, run the ball. They don't throw the ball a lot. They have a physical defense with a great pass rush that will disrupt your passing game. Can't get the ball to Justin Jefferson down the field, Adam Thielen down the field. And like you guys have already touched on, Dayball is probably coach of the year. He's coached the hell out of these guys, with a limited roster and, dealing with some injuries as well too, and still, dragging this team to the playoffs. But something inside me is telling me that they're somehow gonna, they've been doing all year, just pull some crap out of their ass at the end of the game and win. Just because they're playing Daniel Jones. And I know, like Coby said, he's had a pretty decent year, but that's not a quarterback I want in a playoff game. And neither is Kirk Cousins, but he's kind of proven this year that when it gets down and dirty, he could do some things and throw the ball up to Justin Jefferson and hope and pray to God that he comes down with it, which has worked. So I'm gonna take the Vikings. I'm gonna take the Vikings here -3. But I'm going to take the under because I think that the Giants' defense will disrupt them. Won't be a lot of possessions. So I feel confident in the under, but I'm going to take the Vikings as well.
I hate this game. And for no other reason than exactly what Nickson said.
Are you at a shooting range? Where the fuck?
It's the squash courts here. So anytime they hit it against the wall, it's kind of loud. Can you guys hear what I'm saying or no?
Yeah, you're there.
Okay, sorry about that. Exactly what Nickson said. The Vikings don't want to play this game. It's a very, hard-nosed football team. They love running the ball on that offensive line and giving the ball to Saquon Barkley. Now, do I think the Vikings are going to take advantage of the weak secondary of the Giants and probably target Justin Jefferson 10+ times? I think that's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to work. So, I'm not taking a winner. I'm taking the under. It seems like everyone's on the under. That's what, 7 touchdowns? I don't know who's scoring 4 touchdowns for the Vikings and 3 for the Giants. Daniel Jones will probably have a good game, but I like the under. That's my pick.
Martin, we could not hear you at all. I'm not gonna lie, but hopefully we will get something out of that.
Shout out, Martin.
Go ahead, Scott.
Wait. Are you good with the shots?
Yeah, it was like you very quietly and then just loud sounds.
Oh man, that was amazing. That was gas.
It was under. It was under in the game.
Under.
It was always under.
I'll trail Martin with the under anyway. I like the under in this one. Kirk Cousins, Daniel Jones, it's a bit of a mediocre quarterback battle. But I'm going to take the Vikings for the same reason I took the Chargers. Is I like the talent, especially on the offense. I just like what the Vikings are doing. They have been great right now. They've been up and down all season. I don't know which way to go. I don't know what to think of them. But this is a game where I've been watching the Giants all season as a Cowboys fan. They do not scare me. They really, really don't. We bet them the 2 times we played them this year. They haven't shown me anything that they're worthy of advancing any further in the playoffs. So sounds quite harsh, but it's the way I'm looking at it. This Giants team, I think they've kind of stumbled their way to the playoffs. No disrespect to Brian Daboll, what he's done, fantastic with the weapons that he has, remarkable stuff. But in this one, I'm going to go with the Minnesota Vikings because this team is grit. That shows me one thing, they come back when they want to, and they're going to want to win this one. So give me the Vikings. I'm going to take them in the spread, and I'm going to take the under as well because of the Giants' defense and also their lack of scoring points.
Giants in their last 8 games are 2-5-1. That's not ideal. They had a really easy first half of the year. I'm not saying that that's anything wrong. They definitely took that to their advantage. And once you're in the dance, anything can happen. And I believe that the Vikings are fraudulent. So, yeah, let's go with the Giants.
I think Scott just said, Daniel Jones, Kirk Cousins, bit of a mediocre quarterback battle. That is the definition of a mediocre quarterback battle. That is the standard.
It's the battle of mid.
That is the standard of mediocre. But, all right, game 3 on the slate here. Highly, highly anticipated game. Monday Night Football. Cowboys-Bucks. Cowboys are -2.5 on the road in Tampa. Total's 45.5. You know who we're going to go to first. Go ahead.
This might take a while.
This won't take a while.
If you're standing up, sit down.
No. I'm going to reach for the stars. I'm going to reach. Oh, okay, right. So, they scare me because of what Tom Brady and his record. And we all know that stat. Tom Brady is 7-0 against the Cowboys.
7-0. Against the Cowboys in his career.
It's not going to be 8-0. Tom Brady and the Buccaneers are not beating the Dallas Cowboys this weekend because the Dallas Cowboys are a better team. This Buccaneers team has stumbled and tripped and fumbled and whatever their way to the playoffs. The only reason this Buccaneers team is in the playoffs is because their division is not good. And say it how it is. We all know, yes, Brady's a great player, but this team is sub 500. So let's just throw that out there. I'm going to go with the Cowboys because I just believe that we say it every year, this is our year, but I think that this is a weak opponent. We just need to show how weak they actually are and that we do have a better roster and that this team is only here because of their circumstances, not because they're a good football team. There's a big difference there. Whereas Dallas were 1 or 2 games, let's say, away from clinching the division title. So give me the Cowboys. I believe in them. -2.5. No total, though, because can I just say, I went from Micah Parsons being the guy to him being pretty non-existent in these last few games. He needs to step up in this one. Get to Brady. That's going to be the key to success. I hope the Cowboys can do it. Let's see.
All right. My brother Scott. You know I love
Nickson.
you.
Hit me, man.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with science, but there's a saying, right? Murphy's Law. What can happen will happen. For the last I don't know how many decades the Cowboys have folded on us time and time again. Great regular seasons. And we come into the playoffs like, oh my God, the Cowboys look so good. And they're playing the guy that has beat them every single time he's seen them. The undisputed GOAT of football, the greatest quarterback of all time. I gotta take the Bucs, man. Everything has lined up to this point this season. We all said it kind of in the middle of the year. They're like, you know what? The Bucs are gonna stumble into the playoffs, get a favorable matchup, and somehow, some way, they're gonna find themselves playing in multiple playoff games, and they look horrible, and Brady looks out of it, and his wife divorced him, and what the hell's going on with Tom Brady? And I can't see Tom Brady not winning this game. I can't see him retiring, losing to the Cowboys. I can't. I just don't see a world where that's possible.
It's our world. It's our world. Football, man. That's the world.
Yeah, I don't know. So I'm gonna take the Bucs here, and it's a good value pick. I was looking at it on I bet with Bovada, but I was looking at the odds on Bovada. I like the value too. So I say the Bucs are a good bet here.
I will follow you, and instead of torturing Scott, I will be on his side for this one. And I was thinking to myself kind of what I was going to say here. And I was going to say every championship DVD has that aha kind of like turning moment, like this is the thing we got through. And I'm not saying that the Cowboys are a championship team. I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl. But the line is too perfect for it. Like the script is too perfect. They're coming into Tampa Bay. This was kind of the one thing that Dallas didn't want, was to go on the road and face Tom Brady, the Grim Reaper for them. And everything's on the line for them. This is for Dak Prescott. Are you the guy? Are you the quarterback that they paid you to be? Are you that starter? Are you a star? And then for Mike McCarthy, can you lead a team with this much talent to go somewhere other than the first round of the playoffs? So, and for even the guys like Zeke, it's like, prove it. It's a prove it game for the Cowboys. They got to prove, and you can't just get off your entire life by being, oh, we're America's team. All right, we're the Cowboys. No, it's eventually you kind of got to start showing that you're America's team, and there's no better time to do it than right now. And so I am taking the Cowboys. I think they're going to exercise demons here, and I think they're going to come out victorious because they are the better football team. And I think the key to this game for them is jumping on the Bucs early. Because whenever Tom Brady's gotten jumped on early this season, he hasn't been able to come back. It's when the teams sit and let the Bucs hang around. I'm a believer in every time I hear of these like these unbeaten records or whatever, it's always when you hear about them that they're broken. But Tom Brady's 7-0 against the Cowboys. You know what? I think now that we're hearing about that, I think it might be 7-1.
Let's go, son. Yes.
All right, I'll go next.
Right, ruin my parade. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, Scott, I'm not going to, make this long or anything. You already know that I'm not taking the Cowboys.
Oh, I know, yeah.
I think that, like Nickson said, and me and Nickson are seeing the board very similarly today. I think that this is just too perfect. I think that this is just Hollywood fairy tale written storybook. Also, a little stat for you here that's not the Brady 7-0 stat. Brady's 20-8 on Monday Night Football all time in his career. That's pretty fucking good as well. Give me the Bucs. I'm not going to touch the total. Don't like the total. Could be anything. 45.5 is a weird number. Just the Bucs. But Scott, the way that your soul left your body when Sam was like, at some point you got to start proving you're America's team. You're like, yeah, we did.
We know it though. We do. Enough talk. Action. Action.
Yeah, like a politician.
I sound like a politician, but I mean it, man. Enough. We're tired. Tired of this. Just living in the past, man. It's like you can't get over your ex. Move on. Honestly. So yeah. I can though. Never mind.
I think that I don't know if they can beat Tom Brady on a Monday Night Football game where Tom Brady seems like he has the edge, he has more weapons. It seems like this is what he lost his marriage for, was for this moment right here, and I think he's gonna make the most of it. He's not
wrong though.
Yeah, he's not hanging with the kids before or after. He's not having sex before or after the game with Giselle at least. You never know what happens in Tampa or in Dallas, but I just don't know about this. It just seems like the Bucks. This is what you let them slip in the playoffs. That's the last thing you want to do is let the Bucks slip in the playoffs. They haven't had a great season, but they're a dangerous team. The playoffs is not about what your record was in the season. It's about, can you win 4 straight games? Are you capable? And the Buccaneers are very capable with what they have, what their roster looks like right now, winning 4 straight games. So I am going to take the Bucks spread. I mean, it was what, 2.5. You don't see many teams lose by less than 3. So this is basically another pick 'em. Very rarely does a team lose by 2 or 1. So it's just a pick 'em, and I pick the Bucks. I'm gonna take the under here. Dallas does have a good defense. Dallas is decent at putting up points, but I think if they're gonna lose this game, it means they're not gonna put up a lot of points. So I am taking the Bucks in the under. And if I'm wrong, I will send you a text. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm gonna have to.
I have no leg to stand on. You were right last week against the Commanders, so let's see. You're gonna get a text from me though if you're wrong. You want me to send that text? I'll be sending that text.
Someone's texting someone.
Someone's texting someone. Here we go.
Brady's mental is a little off, with the divorce and all of that. He's getting old. It's getting to him. What's going through his mind is, this is it. Like, I'm in the playoffs. I need to play 3 or 4, whatever more games, and then I'm done forever. Like, he's gonna give it 200%, and they're gonna win.
I think that since he got divorced, like, I don't understand why people think he's gonna retire. I feel like he's just gonna keep playing now.
It's more of a reason to stick around.
Yeah, like, I mean, why not?
That's what I think.
I think he's gonna play at least, unless they win the Super. If they win the Super Bowl this year, then I think he might retire. But if they don't win the Super Bowl, I would be surprised if he doesn't come back. But it's time for the best part of the show, the locks of the week here. We will go to... Who said they want to go first? Sam.
I'm all over the Seahawks. Plus 9.5. Talk about a lot of fucking points. 9.5 is a ton of points. The Seahawks aren't getting the respect they deserve right now. I mean, they're a pretty good team. And coming into the playoffs, I think they have a chance to give the Niners a run. I mean, I don't know what it is. I can't sit here and give you all these stats and stuff to tell you that this is why the Seahawks are going to win. But something tells me that Geno's going to come out here and just have a game. And DK is going to be firing on all cylinders. Tyler Lockett's going to be firing on all cylinders. Kenneth Walker's playing. Yeah, Kenneth Walker, that's going to be a big part, especially against this Niners defense. It's very good. But it's also a big tester for Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy, you also have an invite to the Boys Upstairs show if you would like one.
Yes.
So that's Brock Purdy and Jarrett Stidham right now. Open invites for those
Open
guys.
invites for Brock Purdy and Jarrett Stidham. Anytime you guys want to come on.
That's it.
And, otherwise, you're on the waiting list. So, Tom, if you want on, like, you're
I'd like
behind
to
you.
mention Bailey Zapp having a free interview on the Boys Upstairs.
We'll think about that.
Possibly.
I'm the interview chair. I'm the interview chair, so I get to decide who gets the open invites
I
here.
just motioned it. to the chair.
Okay.
I don't make any decisions here.
Bailey Zapp.
But yeah, I actually put one on the Seahawks to win this game, and I combined it with the Chargers alternate spread plus like 1,400 odds or something. So if you want to win some free money, you might as well tail me. But yeah, I think Geno he's not writing back. Said earlier this season, he's not writing back. So yeah, Seahawks plus 9.5.
Let me go real quick.
Ooh, Sean.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
Let this man cook.
Let him go.
I am very furious that the Dolphins limped their way into the postseason after that horrific Jets-Dolphins game. Maybe the worst game of the year.
That was one of the worst football games ever played.
With that being said, the line on this game is Bills minus 13. I will take the Bills minus 30. And yeah.
All right, I'll go after Sean because I have the same pick as Sean. But give me a second here. I didn't know he was going to go in that direction, so I'm a little bit off guard. But I'm taking the Buffalo Bills as well. As Sean said, minus 13.5. Skylar Thompson starting. That's disrespectful in my opinion. At home as well in Buffalo, it's going to be fucking 0 degrees, and the Bills are, obviously with the whole DeMar Hamlin situation, very juiced up right now, and he just went home, so I think vibes are high. I think, the Bills are going to win the Super Bowl this year. Surprise pick. I think the Bills are going to win the Super Bowl. I think the Bills are going to win this game by more than 13.5 points. Give me the Bills. Shout out Kyrie.
I'll follow that because I'm in the same game. I don't have the same pick, but I have the over of that game. I know the Dolphins are starting Skylar Thompson, But honestly, after what's been going on with the Bills, they might hit 44 by themselves.
They might. I was just about to say, what's the total? Because they'll probably get 40.
Yeah, no, they might get this by themselves. I mean, Josh Allen is starting to pick up his play. I mean, regardless of Skylar Thompson, they do have weapons all around, which can always lead to some scores. Not necessarily a win, but that can lead to some points. They have weapons everywhere. The Bills, high-powered offense. They're playing for DeMar. But I just think points are going to be scored left and right. Maybe one team, maybe both teams. But I got the Bills-Dolphins over.
Cincinnati minus 9.5. Last time I said I'm going to throw the house and that the Cowboys didn't cover, so I'm not going to say that. But I am all in on Cincinnati winning this one. It seems nearly unfair to have the Ravens in the playoffs without Lamar Jackson. It's just like, why are you there? You don't belong there. I honestly feel like that. I feel like it's a waste of a team that should be there, like the Steelers.
Shout out you, Scott.
Reaction there. I was waiting for that reaction. Nickson, I know you're about to spit. I'm gonna pass it over to you, but
that's a good segue. That's a great
segue.
segue.
I truly believe. I'm just like Cincinnati. I'm so impressed with the Cincinnati Bengals team because honestly, after last year and the Super Bowl, I thought they'd crumble. I really did. I didn't think they would be in a position that they look like they can compete again with an improved defensive line and a Joe Burrow, another year under his belt, another year of experience. Playoffs, yeah, that's cool. He's been here before. He knows what it takes to get to a Super Bowl. This team knows what it takes. Ravens week 1, I don't think you could ask for an easier matchup out of all these teams. I honestly believe it's either Miami or the Ravens are two of the easiest teams you could possibly face this week with 2 quarterbacks that, I mean, come on, these aren't playoff quarterbacks. Whatever we were saying about mediocre quarterbacks with Kirk Cousins and Daniel Jones, if it's Anthony Brown or whoever it might be, Huntley, I'm sorry, but you can't compete with Joe Burrow, Mr. Cool. So give me the Cincinnati minus 9.5. I think it's a segue route straight to the next stage in the playoffs, the divisional round. I don't see a world where Cincinnati lose this one. I like it, and I think they cover. So I'll pass it over to you, Nickson. I don't mean to hate your Ravens, but
it's fine because this is the thing. I also think Cincinnati is going to win as well, but here's where we differ. My lock of the week this week is the under of that game.
Ooh.
Our defense, we just re-signed Roquan Smith, and I'm going to get to that in a second. And Patrick Queen has been playing out of his mind ever since week 8. I think we get Marcus Peters back. The Calais Campbell's back healthy. I think the Bengals are going to struggle to score. Their offense only put up 21 points against us last time we played. It's a playoff game. It's the AFC North. Tommy knows what that means. Like it's going to be a grinded out defensive game. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be mucky football, and I'm going to take the under.
Great show. Like and subscribe. Thank you guys for being here. We made it to the playoffs. Regular season's over. Second regular season in the books. Let's enjoy some football. Next week we'll be able to do all the games. So, although this week, 2 out of the 3 games we didn't pick are probably going to be blowouts. The Seahawks and 49ers game will hopefully be good, but like and subscribe.